Right, hello everyone, welcome to this video. It is the 21st of July, Tuesday obviously. So first of all, we'll cover Forex and then we will go on to futures from there. So yesterday, as I mentioned, I wanted to see lower prices on Euro, Pound and then higher prices on DXY, and we have got that today. The trade we took on Euro was we traded into the 4-hour fair value gap, as I spoke about last night. We also traded into premium of that 4-hour dealing range as well. We swept this 1 hour high here. We then formed another 1 hour swing high with 1, 2, 3. We then obviously took that high again. And then after that, I was just waiting for a bearish order block to form. And as you can see, at 12 o'clock, we closed beneath this up close candle and we made an order block. And now I'm aiming for these lows down here at 1.13776. That is my target for EU. It will be 4.7R if this trade does hit. So it will be a super nice trade if price goes down there. Obviously today, if we take a look at pound, we also mentioned that I want to see price go lower from the daily inverse fair value gap, and we did get that alongside this 4-hour fair value gap. We had a 1 hour stop run here. We then made a 1 hour bearish order block like so, and then you also could have entered here and aim for these lows down here for 6R. Obviously we didn't take pound. I was just mainly because I was watching Euro more and I just missed pound, but pound was also a clean setup, so if you took pound as well, good job. Obviously the reason for that was today on Euro Pound we had a 1 hour we had a 1 hour stop run at 7 a.m. and then from there we pushed higher, meaning Euro has been the stronger pair, hence why Euro hasn't sold off as much. But I do think going into tomorrow we can head lower. If you take a look at DXY, it was perfect. I mentioned that we don't have to come into this 4-hour fair value gap due to this breaker block, and as you can see we swept that 1 hour low and then traded higher from there. So going into tomorrow, the draw liquidity is still very, very clear on DXY. I want to see this high here at 101,327, then eventually up into this high at 101,800, and then also 102. Essentially, that is my my draw for DXY over the next coming weeks. Going into tomorrow, there is a potential we could retrace into this 4-hour fair value gap, also this inverse fair value gap. That is definitely a potential going into tomorrow. So what I want to see is if we can form some sort of range, take out the low and then look to trade higher. And if we do that, I will then also be looking for a scaling on Euro as well, because if we take a look at Euro quickly, same sort of thing. On the 4-hour, we still have this low down here. So we've now closed beneath this inverse fair value gap. So if we do form a range here, take the high, we can take the high and we can look to scale in. And then the way we'd scale in is we'd look for a sell entry, and then this trade would trail stops above the high as well. So yeah, I will be looking for that going into tomorrow. I do think, if we take a look at Euro Pound, I do think we could run this high potentially on the daily, and then from there drop lower, meaning that maybe going into Asia, Pound may get a push lower, but then going into London session, if Euro Pound can start to sell off, this can push this down nicely on Euro into the lows, and we can hopefully close out the week for 4R. So that's the plan of action for tomorrow. Also on USD CAD as well, we had that 1 hour sweep of the low, we then formed the order block like so, and we're not there quite yet, but it would have been a clean trade, and obviously you would have been break even on USD CAD as well. So overall, a very, very, very clean day on Forex. That's 2 clean weeks in a row we've had now on Forex. Obviously, there is every chance this can be a break even, but in terms of what we're actually seeing, price action is super, super clean. So yeah, that's the bias for tomorrow. Any questions on that, please do let me know. Going over to NQ today. Obviously, on NQ, if we just refresh the charts. So this morning I mentioned to you guys in the channel that I wanted to see price run out this 1 hour low, as mentioned here. We obviously had the SMT and we didn't get that. All we done was retrace into this one hour fair value gap here, and then trade up higher from there. So there was no trade for me during London. You potentially could have looked for longs from the 1 hour fair value gap, because it did actually play out. If we rewind here and put it in replay mode quickly, at the start of the session we obviously traded lower. We then made SMT at these lows. We had a single confirmation here with closure above the down close candles that ran out this low. Then we obviously made another 1 minute week low. We traded lower. We closed above that down close candle there with stops at the low. Then as you can see, we did end up running for 3 hours. So it was fairly clean during London, but not the highest of probability for trades, because as you can see on the hourly, at the time we were already had a massive expansion during Asia. And then going into New York session, we had a run beneath this 1 hour low. Originally I was looking for sales from the daily fair value gap. I wasn't actually on the charts, I was on my phone. That's why I didn't send anything out to you guys, because I wasn't actively trading it myself. But I was looking for sales. And if you look on the 1 minute on NQ, so the start of the AM session, we literally just traded lower. We didn't have any manipulation. So this wasn't my my single confirmation. So we traded lower, still no sort of stop run, because that's not a significant high for me. The first confirmation was a run above this high. We then closed beneath this low here, and that was our single confirmation. But then we obviously had no double confirmation to even look for sales. And what I noticed on the 1 hour, and what I was cautious of, we ran out the London low, essentially a 1 hour stop run, whilst also having SMT at this low here. So looking for sales here when we've just taken out a 1 hour low into a 1 hour fair value gap with SMT is lower probability, meaning you can look for longs here, because yes, we've taken out the external by taking out the daily fair value gap and also this high, but we've retraced into internal, and now we can obviously go higher again. And then if we go to the 1 minute time frame, there was actually a setup. I didn't take it because I was off the charts, but we had a 1 minute stop run. We closed above that down close candle here like so, and we obviously traded up higher. We then had this low, and then we also did form another low. And then once price closed above on this candle closure here, you could have had your stop at the low. And if you see here, it would have got up to around 2.6 hour or so. Obviously you wouldn't have hit the 3 hour target. You likely would have closed for 1.39 hour at the end of the session. But yeah, that was the only valid trade I would say for this afternoon's price action. But overall, not the cleanest of days. We had quite a bit of chop on NQ, so it wasn't the most ideal, but there was some sort of framework. If I was potentially on my computer this afternoon, I potentially would have took these longs, but as you can see, I didn't send anything out during New York session because I wasn't on the charts and wasn't taking anything. Obviously, the Euro trade is running nicely. I'm at break even on that one, so nothing to do there going into tomorrow. So if anyone has any questions, please do let me know. But yeah, until then, we'll see what price action does during Asia session on NQ mainly, and see if we can catch some potentially continuation longs, unless we start trading below this SMT strong low, and then there is a potential we could run to this low down here at 28,500. But for now, I do think we have this high here. If we look on the daily as well, we've closed inside the daily fair value gap, so obviously that isn't the most bearish sign in the world. So yeah, let's see what we get, and I will speak to you all tomorrow morning, and we'll see if we can also catch some more Euro sells. So yeah, have a good rest of the evening, everyone, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Thank you.